Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Memories of DeKalb. I'm Thomas,
And I'm Jane.
and today we're talking about movie star John Bowers here,
Mhm.
born right here in DeKalb County.
Yes, he was.
All right. Well, what do you got for us today, Jane?
Well, he was born in 1885. His real name is John Bowersox. And in 1960, he was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And we have a picture of his star here,
Oh,
John Bowers. Um, he was a leading man in several films. And so in 2021, the Indiana Historical Bureau put up a plaque, and we have a picture of both sides of the plaque,
okay.
and that's in Garrett, close to his home.
So he's born in Garrett specifically. There,
Yes, yes, he
1885.
was.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And this shows that he appeared in over the 90 films, and Lorna Doone, and so forth. But
Okay.
he, in the movies, he does his own stunts,
Oh,
and his most notable film is Lorna Doone. And we have a couple of stills from that movie. He was a very handsome man. That's one still from the movie Lorna Doone, and we have the movie poster for Lorna Doone. And this story took place in 17th century England, and he was the leading man in this. He was the hero, and he rescues the fair maiden who we see in the still
okay.
from that the movie poster. So
Okay. So, when were these filmed? There was these 19-teens, 1920s, 1930s. What were the years here?
yes, the early 19 teens through about 1926. So he was a silent movie actor, and
movie.
he was one of the ones who did not transition from silent movies to the talkies.
Ah, okay.
I don't know why. In my research, I couldn't find out why he wasn't able to transition. But in the next picture, we have a picture of him rescuing the fair maiden. And he was a very handsome man. And I can understand why he would have been in the silent movies. And in the next picture, we have a picture of him going down the river, and that's actually him in the rapids where he's doing his own stunts in the movie Lorna Doone.
Okay.
So in the next picture,
It's not-
go ahead to the last slide. There he is. So he married an actress, Marguerite de la Motte, and she was in movies that we remember, The Mark of Zorro and The Three Musketeers. She was in very famous movies, big budget pictures.
Oh, okay.
And at that time, he was not.
Okay.
I don't know why, but he was in movies that we really haven't heard of. They didn't make them into talking pictures. His movies really aren't remembered,
Okay.
and hers were.
I assume that this had, an effect on him psychologically there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he had to cope there.
Mm-hmm.
What did he do there? Did he?
He drank, yeah.
Ah.
And as her career rose, his did not. And he drank more often, and so he wasn't cast in movies because he was difficult to work with. He would appear on set and be drunk.
Well, that's a spiral.
Mm-hmm.
Downward spiral right
That,
there.
yeah, that's right. So he was no longer cast in the silent movies,
Okay.
and she was, and he became very depressed, of course. So he moved back to Garrett.
Okay, so he did return to Garrett
He
there.
did. So if you go back one screen, he wrote a column, which I thought was very interesting, for the Garrett newspaper, the Garrett Clipper, in 1936.
The Middle West.
Yes, that's the name of it, and it's a 6-part serial, and apparently it was successful. People read it, and you can see it online through newspapers.com, which you can get through our library's databases.
Yep.
Yes, or you can view the Garrett Clipper online.
Yes.
Yes. So he's feeling much better about himself after writing this six
part?
Yes, 6-part serial. So one of his friends, who's a famous director, King Vidor, I don't know if people know him, but anyway, King Vidor was going to make a major picture called Souls at Sea. And so John thought, oh, he's my good friend. I'll go out there and ask for the leading role in the movie. And my career is going to, transition and I'll be big.
Yep.
And the director said, no, I don't want you in my picture. I hired Gary Cooper for this role. So John is extremely upset. Mm-hmm. And so he goes out in his boat and drowns himself.
So suicide.
Suicide, yeah.
Okay.
So he's not seen again until his body washes on shore.
So this was 1936 there?
Yes. Yes, it was.
November 1936, okay.
And so his body's returned to Garrett, where he's buried. But an interesting part is that there's a movie called A Star is Born, mm-hmm. and there are 4 remakes of this. The most recent had Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper, which was a couple of years ago, I think 1921. Well, anyway, the character of Norman Maine, who is the main character in A Star is Born, was modeled after John Bowers.
Okay.
The leading man in A Star is Born, who was originally played by Frederick March, which I don't know if people know him or not, but he played the character Norman Maine in A Star is Born, and he was based on the character of John Bowers.
Okay.
And just to give you a couple of things, which you can tell that he's Norman Maine and John Bowers, is John Bowers is a leading man, and the character in the movie A Star is Born is a leading man. And John Bowers drinks a lot of alcohol, and the character Norman Maine does too.
Okay.
John Bowers marries a big movie star who is Marguerite de la Motte.
Okay.
She stars in big movies such as The Three Musketeers and The Mark of Zorro, and he does not.
Right.
And John Bowers commits suicide, and the character of Norman Maine, he does as well. So most people remember him. He's associated with the character Norman Maine from the movie A Star is Born.
Okay.
And, there she is, his wife.
Okay. I mean, do we know what happened to her there?
Well, she lived. until, I can't remember, 1960 maybe, 1960s, and she continued to star in movies.
1950.
1950. She continued to star in movies during the talking picture era, but
Okay.
I don't believe she was in any big blockbusters after that.
After that, okay.
Mm-hmm. But if you want to go to The Star is Born, and you can look a little bit at, you can see some
Born.
of, yes, oh, that's the most recent one.
Okay.
With Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. People may have seen this one.
Might be.
From 2018. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Well,
But
he's not completely forgotten, at least there.
no, in 1921, that plaque was put up in his name that we saw. Let's see, that would have been, I think, pictures 1, 2, and 3 that we saw. So he's not been forgotten.
Right. Okay. So, 1885 to 1936.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a big time here in Auburn, DeKalb County, because we had all the automobile being made here. So
Mm-hmm.
we're not just automobiles now. We got a movie star.
Mm-hmm.
All
That's
right.
right. Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and
All
so
right.
he is remembered for some of his movies, just not remember the average. I didn't know him. I never heard of him.
Neither did I there. But if you want to see some of his movies, they're available like on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And we may even have. I bet we have some of them.
Possibly there.
I'm sure we do.
But yeah, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else there.
Right. But the first one was with Frederick March. The second one was James Mason and Judy Garland.
Oh, you're talking A Star is Born.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then the third was Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson. And then the fourth one, most recent, is the one with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. Well, excellent. We
That's-
have anything else there?
No,
No?
that's
Oh,
it.
All right. Well,
That's all I have for us today.
that's our brief discussion there on John Bowers,
Mm-hmm.
silent film actor and native of Garrett, Indiana, right here in
Mm-hmm.
DeKalb County, Indiana there.
But you might want to read the serial Middle West. It's has a lot of people who were living in Garrett at the time and during his childhood. The names may have been changed, but the characters are based on Garrett residents, and it is an interesting piece of the time. It's 1936 and before, and it's called Middle West
Okay.
for the Garrett Clipper.
Which you could find on Inspire through the library website.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could come into the Willenard Genealogy Center, service of Eckhart Public Library, and put you right on microfilm and read it that way there.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
All right. Well, I think that's all for us there. Hopefully, stick around for our next episode there. Once again, I'm Thomas,
And I'm Jane.
and there's Andy behind the camera there. Thank you. Have a great day.